It's Cobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and we want to take a look at a route combo that you'll find in Madden. And the name of the route combo is called a pivot. Now, what this route combo features is an outside receiver that runs a dig route, and then the inside receiver, he runs a pivot whip route. And that's what you're seeing on your screen there as you're looking at it. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to show you how this route combo can be effective against zone coverage, and particularly cover 2 zone coverage. So let's go ahead and take a look at the play that we're going to run this against. And the name of the play that we're going to go ahead and use for this particular breakdown, you'll find out the Packers playbook. And the name of the formation is called Gun Doubles Halfback Weak. And the name of the play is called Cell Dig. So let's go ahead and get ready to get on the field here and just go ahead and take a look at it. And with this particular play, as you're going to see here, we're not going to do a whole lot on the left side of the field, but what we want to do is go ahead and look at the right side of the field. And so what you're going to see here as you're looking at it, you're going to have this tied in right here. Now, he's going to run the whip route. So what he's going to do is he's going to go up the field a little bit, break to the inside, and eventually he's going to pivot towards the right sideline. And then to the outside of him, you're going to have the receiver, which is, we'll call him the flanker here. And what he's going to do is run about 12 to 13 yard in route. So he's going to go up in this area here and break towards the inside. Now, one of the cool things about this particular route combination is it's still high-low read. And so you're going to be able to kind of look and see what happens with the defenders and see who is going to drop or who comes up. And since we're running this against cover 2, I want to show you this real quick with the cover 2 coverage. The main 2 defenders that we're really going to focus in on is going to be this linebacker right here, and then also this guy right here, which is the left cornerback. So those are the 2 that we're really going to focus in on as far as with this breakdown. So let's go ahead and run it. I'm not going to make any hot route adjustments or anything like that. Just going to run it as is. And I want to go ahead and just show you. You can see how he gets open right there. We pick up about 4 yards. Now, one of the things that I did on this particular play when I just ran it, and I'm going to talk about this here, is that when I threw the ball, I threw it to the hard right, to the 3 o'clock position on your controller. So I threw it hard right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and run it again, and I'm going to go ahead this time as I'm running it. So let's go ahead back with the controller there again. I'm going to go ahead and press up in this area here between the 12 and 1 o'clock position. I want to show you some. You notice we picked up about 4 yards there. If you go ahead and press up on it, that's going to lead him a little bit further. Now, he might get hit by the corner as you're making that throw, but you can pick up a couple of extra yards as long as you can come down with it. Let's try that same thing again here. And then I'm going to go in instant replay here. So right there, it depends on if you're going to make that throw. If tight end can hold on to it, you can pick up a couple extra yards. In that case, we're not picking it up. But what I want to show here with this, as you're watching here, is I want you guys to go ahead and focus in on these, again, these 2 defenders here we just mentioned earlier. Now remember that this defender, which is the corner, is supposed to be playing the flat. Now he will drop back, and the reason he drops back is because there's no immediate receiver going into the flat. So he'll drop back, and then he'll go ahead and cover the route that's being ran by the flanker. He'll actually sink back a little bit. Now, this other defender here who's playing a hook zone or type coverage here, he'll drop back, and what he'll end up doing is he may slide over a little bit, but he's not going to go all the way across and cover the pivot route that's ran by the tight end. And so this is going to leave the tight end open. At some point, as we drop our quarterback back, we'll just drop him back a little bit, and then at some point, we're going to find him open where we can make that throw, such as what I showed in the breakdown here earlier. I talked about this, that when I was making that throw earlier, that's what you're going to look for to go ahead and throw it to. Now, that's providing at the corner, which he won't, because it's cover 2. He's going to probably sink back and cover that route because there's no flat route. Now, also, the cool thing about this, let's go watch this a little bit here in replay here. I want you guys to kind of watch. The cool thing about this is, now see how he gets open? And he's got probably about 3 yards with this guy here. He's got 3 yards here, and he's probably got about 7 yards from this guy right here, which is the corner. So we know we're going to get something out of this. Now, whether or not I want to throw it hard at the hard 3 o'clock position on the controller, or if I want to try to pick up a couple extra yards and throw it at the 12, I'm going to pick up something with this because that corner is playing far enough back. Now, the other thing is you watch, and we'll go back into this dig route that's ran by this guy right here. He's going to come across. He's going to be open too, as long as you can throw the ball over the top of this defender right here. As long as you can get it over the top, you're going to be able to complete a nice deep pass play, even against cover 2 zone coverage. So what I want to do is I want to go back in that and show that to you. And like I said, if you're tight end, he may not always hold on to. If you've got a really good tight end, he's got some sticky hands, he's probably going to catch it. So this time I'm going to look to go ahead and throw to the flanker. Of course, I got to have enough time to make the throw. But there, you can see right there, he gets open as he breaks to the inside. That's against cover 2 zone coverage. So you got 2 options with this particular pivot route combo that you can hit when you run this particular combination against this particular type of coverage. Just go back into instant replay just real quick. And again, I just want you guys to go ahead and focus in as we're doing this. Go ahead and focus in on this guy right here, this linebacker right here. Let me show you the linebacker again. That linebacker, and also look at this corner as we're doing this. And you can see right there, it's nice and easy to make that throw. It's right in between the coverages there. And so we got a nice little route combination that we can throw to 2 different receivers against cover 2 zone coverage. Now, the last thing I want to show just real quick, I'm going to go ahead and put this tight end on a flat route. I just want to go ahead and show it to you what he does when he runs the flat route right here. Now, watch this corner again. Watch the corner out here. And watch what he does this time. It's a little bit different. He'll react a lot quicker to that flat route rather than that pivot route. See how he comes up? And if we make that throw, we only pick up a couple yards. And so that's the nice thing about the pivot route. He's still going to go out towards the flat, end up in the same area within a couple yards, but he goes there a little bit later. And because he goes there a little bit later and he runs running the flat route, which he goes right on out there, the corner, instead of coming up, he drops back at least a little bit, and then he hurries up and come up against the pivot route. But with the pivot route, with the flat route being ran by the tight end, he comes up automatically pretty quick. And that's really what I wanted to talk about with this, as far as the difference between the flat and the pivot route. And that's why the pivot route here is actually pretty effective against cover 2. So again, this is a nice route combo that you can run if you have it in your playbook. It's called pivot, and it's pretty effective against cover 2 zone coverage.